so many different types of colouring book niches, and on this channel we've covered a few, and I promised you that I would show you how to make some of them. Now, one of the most underexplored colouring book niches is the tattoo colouring book niche. So within this video I'm going to show you how I do a little bit of research just to really define in what it is that I'm going to cover. And then I'm going to show you exactly how I'm going to create these colouring books using Midjourney AI, ChatGPT, and then of course Canva to bring it all together. So without any further ado, let's jump over onto the computer and dive straight in. So I've done a little bit of research and I've kind of come across these tattoo style colouring books. Vintage tattoo colouring book for men. So if I type in vintage tattoo colouring book for men, it just gives me 478 results rather than the over 1,000. So by gearing this book more towards men is meaning that's a really good thing. I've also just done kind of over in BookBolt, like how many searches per month we're getting. So, you know, 10,000 there if you're going in for 100, 4,300 for adult tattoos. So, you know, these are all kind of the keywords that I'm going to be using. So definitely there's something to bear thinking about. And as you can see, all of these words have got a far higher search rating than anything. And you can see how graphic these tattoos, the covers are. So I need to try and mirror something like that. This one here was a really popular one. For some reason, saying $0 there. That's not the case. But I know that they have done an updated version to this book. So perhaps that might be an older version. But you can also see like they're getting tons of reviews there as well. So lots of these books are getting the reviews also. So in order to generate our prompts, I'm going to head over to ChatGPT and I'm going to ask it for, please give me a list of 50 vintage tattoos. And that's where we're going to start. Can you give me a prompt for each to generate adult colouring pages? Adult colouring pages. There we go. So now that's going to generate. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is literally copy and paste these over into my Discord page. So as you can see, here are some examples that I have been using. So firstly, I'm going to just /imagine, as with everything. And then I'm going to go colouring pages, we'll go colouring page for adults. And I'm going to take this, Control and C that, and take that over into my prompt. Colouring page for adults. I want traditional rose, a detailed black and white illustration of a rose with petal and thorns. I also am going to add in here that I want it black and white, no shading, and aspect ratio 9:16. So we're going to go black and white, no shading. And here do the double line, AR 9:16. Just going through, you can see here it's saying waiting to start. And then we can see if we're going to use any of them, all of them. I mean, so I'm kind of imagining when I've had a look through on Amazon, they are tending to use around about 100 pages. Now, some reviews get really upset that there are blank pages after a colouring page. So, for example, you would have your first page, your first colouring page here, and then the back of it would be blank. Same on, same on, same on. So I'm thinking to kind of make it into more of like an illustration type thing. Here we go. So let's just take a look at this, a bit larger. So actually, I think I would maybe take this one here and this one just here. When you find images that you like, back over here in Discord, so this is your 1, 2, 3, 4. You've then got the option to upscale them and also get different versions. So I'm going to upscale one, and I think I'm going to upscale, let me get rid of that. Actually, I might upscale 3, but then I might see what I can get with a different version of 4. So let's have a look. So we've upscaled 1 and 3, so that's that one and that one. And then version 4, I'm asking for a different version. So there we go. So that's number 1 upscaled. You can also make variations from here. You can favorite it. This here is the different variations that are coming through at the moment. And this is the other upscaled image just here. So I'll just show you how simple this now is. So I'm going to open this in the browser. I'm going to right click and then I'm going to set up a new file. So let's just go new folder and we call this tattoo colouring page. And then I'm going to save that in there. That one's done. So now we'll close that one. This one here, open in browser, right click, save image as, save, done. And then I'll come out of that one and let's just have a look at the different variations that have come through. So again, opening it in browser to see if there is anything more suitable. So actually I really like this one here, although the bud is nice because I think someone that is perhaps going for a tattoo might be thinking like a new bud symbolizing a child. This one here's got the 2 buds. So actually I think I'm going to upscale that one just there. So let's head back. So now I'm going to upscale version 3. And you can see like how quick this is. It's super fast. There we go. So now that one's come up. So now I'm going to open in browser, right click and save the image again. So there we go. Within about 2 or 3 minutes, I've already got the basics, okay? I've got 3 images that I'm really happy with. So now I'll go back to my ChatGPT and now let's have a look at the next one. So the next one is anchors. Again, I'm gonna go /imagine. And what I'm going to do is just, again, copy that. I'm going to paste that, but then take out this section here, which is the prompt. And now I'm going to go to ChatGPT copy that prompt that they've given me and then go back into my Discord and then search again, or push enter, I should say. So I've actually set up my own server, and you can do that. It's absolutely fine. And Midjourney, if you want to use your images, is $12 per month. But just imagine, you need to sell maybe 3 or 4 colouring books a month, and that's it. You know, super cheap, really, if you think about it. And then you can use all of these images. So let's just take a look. It's coming through. So I'll leave a link to Midjourney, and I'll also leave a link to ChatGPT as well, so you can see those. So let's just open these up. Oh, so actually I really like this one. This one here is really good, and I really like this one. This one here is also quite interesting. That one, not so much. So this one I would definitely upscale 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to give me my next ones. So let's go, what did I say? 2, 3, and 4, sorry. So I'm going to upscale 2, upscale 3, upscale 4. There we go. So that's going through. And again, I'm going to do exactly the same. As you can see, they're coming up now. So again, I'm going to make it big. I'm going to open this in the browser, and I think that looks like an awesome adult colouring page. I'm going to right click. I'm going to save the image as. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to keep going up until I have got 50 different colouring pages. So there's just something up with this lady's foot, which is why I'm not going to use it, which is a shame because it's a really good image. But equally, let me show you. So if you're not entirely happy, you can click this button here with the circles going round in order just to regenerate that as well. I'm wondering if this one here might be better. It might just be a bad pull through. Sometimes that does happen. So let's have a little look. Yeah, it's just coming through with very bizarre feet, which is a shame because some of these are really good faces. There, she's got like a second arm. So you do need to like watch these things as well. So no, I'm not going to use any of those. Oh wow, so these ones here are absolutely brilliant. I love every single one. So I'm going to use each of these. And in fact, I'm also going to use those to create my cover. So I'm going to upscale all of them. 2, 3, 4. But now I'm going to take that and then I'm going to just use this to do my cover because I just think it just looks so good. I'm going to paste that. But now I'm going to change that to full colour. Full bold colour. Let's see how that looks. So I'm going to use this one just here for my cover with the blue in the background. So we're going to upscale 4. So that's going to be my cover. This one here, I'm just going to rename it cover so I remember. And here with this one here, I like the images of the snakes, but I don't really like the background, so I'm going to put in no background. So I'm actually going to stop there due to the time that I've started, but I just wanted to show you. So far I've got 29 images and one of those is for my cover. So let's just say 28 images for the interior, 1 for my exterior. And that, if we go date modified, so finished at 8:32, started at 7:55, so a little over half an hour, and I've already got nearly 30 images. So tomorrow I will continue on with these, and like I say, like, you can do so much with this. Like, I'm going to keep using this because I do think this is giving me quite a nice feel to it. So I'm going to keep going. Sometimes I've had like different oh, I can't get my words out. Like in some of these I've used a few different ones. So for example, the anchors, I quite like those. The mermaids, actually, I think I took all 4 of the mermaids. So I would use that, but spread them out throughout the book so that they're not just like 4 mermaids all together. Like, I want them spread through so it seems like you're getting more and more variation. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so I'm back. It's taken me about an hour and 30, maybe hour 35, and I've now got 70 images that I can use for this vintage tattoo colouring book. So as you can see, this one here, this is my cover, but there's lots of different types of image. Some of them are kind of like here you can see there's like a mermaid, a mermaid, a mermaid and a mermaid, but once they're actually all spread throughout, we've got the anchors and things like that, and actually up here I've got some different style anchors. So lots and lots of different things to be playing around with there. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to start putting this book together. Fabrica, and we're going to start creating the book. So what we're going to do is hit Create Design. I'm going to go for our custom size, 8.5 by 11 inches, as that's kind of standard for the colouring books. Okay, so now all we're going to do is drag and drop all of these files across. So I'm just clicking on them, over they come, and then they're going to start to filter through. And then what we'll be able to do is start kind of formulating it. I am going to go with single page. So page one's going to be like a welcome to the book. I'm going to go over to the text hub and just see if I can find kind of an appropriate font. Bearing in mind we're kind of thinking tattoo, probably male, so I don't want it to look too feminine, and also it will end up black and white, so maybe something like this one. Two. So bring the size right down. And then I'm just going to change the colours. So I am just going to kind of keep it neutral. This book belongs to. And then let's have a look. Effects. It's got this glitch. Just going to take out the glitch. Maybe like that. That's quite cool. Okay, and now I'm just going to go to elements. I'm going to get a line. I'm going to go with this one. Okay. This bit belongs to, and then again, I kind of just want like some vintage images. So I'm just going to have a look. Vintage flowers. Let's see what that comes up. Maybe something like this. Let's turn that. Something like that there. And then maybe like a vintage skull. Just to complete the look that we're going for. Obviously, like images like this could actually also be part of your colouring book. So if you can find these kind of like black and white images, then you can absolutely use those as well. So that's going to be our page 1, and then I'm going to add a page, but now I'm going to keep page 2 blank. Although what I might just do is, so that things are not totally blank, I might put something along like a ram's head. This page is probably going to be duplicated. Something like that. And then I want elements, just a line frame, rectangle frame. Yeah, we'll go for something like that. Let's rotate. That. Something along those lines. that there is not necessarily working now. Let's just get rid of that. And then here, I'm just going to add in a little bit of text. Maybe design your next tat here. So that's it, and then that page there will be duplicated quite a few times. So all I do to duplicate is just hit that one there. So now onto the next page, we're going to go over to our uploads, and let's start with something like this. Let's see, how does that? Yeah, that's pretty good. And then the next one, we've got your design your own page. Now we're going to add a page. So that was an anchor. Now maybe this nice mermaid one, which is really cool. Add a page, but now we're going to duplicate this, duplicate, and then move that one down. And we've got our additional page. So we've got a mermaid, maybe a pin-up. So she can't go in like that. So let's delete that one. And then we'll just make her bigger. There we go. Add a page, but going back again to duplicate. What might be easier is if I just group that together, Control C, and then I can do a Control V. So what I'm actually going to do is just leave a page, I think, and then come back and do it. So I'll add my next page here. Oh, this is a nice one. That's good. Add a page, that's my blank page. Next one, and the snake. Oops. Add a page, that's my blank one. Next page, compass. There we go. There, that's better. Add a page, blank page. Next one. Let's tie down. Let's see, how does that feel? So I'll just pop that in. There we go. Blank page. Next one. Dice. Blank page. Next one. Microphone. Blank page. Next one. Let's get in here with the eagle. That one, I want that centered. That up. There we go, that's good. Add a page. So that's my blank page. Next one. One of these hats is really cool. And it's really just about fiddling around, playing with it, making sure that everything's going just to plan, really. And now if what I do is I'll show you how I'm going to copy in the pages, because otherwise, I mean, maybe, even though if you look at it, we've already done 23 pages, it would be 24 in a minute. So if I go back up to that last one that we've done, so this one here, so all I'm doing is clicking down, and then I'm dragging, grouping that together, and then I'm pushing Control and C. And then on each of these, I can just Control V, and then that's going to click in. So you can see how quick and easy that is going to be. This is taking no time at all, you know, to get a full, complete colouring book. And the reason that I like to just have these kind of blank pages is because the Amazon paper thickness, I've actually done a video on it, I'll link that in the description and in the pinned comments, but the paper is a little bit thin. So if you're to use any kind of pen, any kind of marker, then that can be a real problem. And yeah, I think it's kind of important that we try and eliminate it. Equally, I've seen reviews on other people's colouring books where they've left a blank page, and you know, then they've been getting sort of negative reviews because of that blank page. So what I'm basically just trying to do is to just alleviate as much as possible, so that they're not going to be asking me for any sort of refund or anything like that, although Amazon actually sort all of that out. But yeah, we don't want negative reviews, do we? So if you put a box around it and kind of tell them what that space is for, I think you'll have a little bit more success. You can see, like, this is just going so super fast. So just in those few minutes of talking to you, we're now at, what page is that? 32. And I will need to pay a little bit of attention, just making sure that, you know, I'm not going to be putting in any duplicate images or anything like that. But you can work so fast. So I've made a few of these kind of colouring books using Midjourney, and actually I've been able to kind of create like a 100-page colouring book in about 3 hours. So I mean, that's not bad going, is it? It's just deciding on a lot of these whether or not I want to kind of, how big I want the picture to be and things like that, I guess. I really like using all these Canva guidelines. Like, it just lets you know when you're bang on centre, which is really great. It's really useful. It just makes it so much easier when you're working on the composition. Some people just have such a great natural eye for it all. I would possibly argue that I do not, but equally, like, try my best. Oh, I've done those ones in the wrong order. So I'm going to carry on working through this, and then I will come back to you once it's all done. Okay, so here is the finished interior of the book, which I am really happy with. I think there's some really good images. It's really varied. So I'm hoping that this kind of book would get some really great reviews. And I'm hoping as well, like I said, when I looked at reviews of other tattoo books, particularly on KDP, you'll find a lot of people do tend to do every other page. So my idea is that here I've put in like a design your next tat here page. So every other is like that, so that you won't get the bleed through onto your nice next image. So yeah, so really varied, really different. I'm really happy with the outcome. So the next step is to now create our cover. So we're going to go to the home page of Canva, hit create design, custom size, and now in order to figure out what size we need, we are going to go to Google. We're going to type in Amazon KDP cover template. There we go. And if I just go there, onto the cover calculator, binding, it's going to be a paperback. Interior is going to be black and white, paper type white. I'm not too sure why that all matters, but there we go. Left to right, measurement in inches. And then the interior trim size is 8.5 by 11. And the page count, I think it was 108. Yeah, so 108. And I've kind of deliberately done that because that's kind of keeping the costs down. And there we go. So calculate dimensions. So this is now going to give us the size. So here we go. So full cover, we want 17.493 inches. So I'm going to take that. Width, change this to inches. 17 point, oh, I've already forgotten, 493. That one I can close. So 17.493 inches by 11.25 in height. There we go. Now we can hit create new design there. And what I also like to do is just download this cover template. So download that template just there. There we go. And now over here, I can just open this up, and then I'm going to drag that across into our Canva. Yeah, and you get two different options. I'm going to use the PDF, so I'm going to just drag that across over into Canva. Here we go. And then I'm just going to lay that onto the page. There we go. And now we've got, so basically anything red, you don't want anything important included, because that is our trim size, so that's going to be chopped off. This here, this is our spine, where the barcode's going to go, and yeah, so basically we're working with the white area. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to firstly change the opacity, because I kind of want to keep it at the front so I can see. And now I'm just going to go through and find where my, I'm just going to find my coloured image, which is this one just here. So that I want to go quite central on the page. There. So that then would look really good. I'm wondering if I'd maybe go for like a navy colour. So I'm just actually going to remove that for 1 second so that I can just edit the back. So here we go. Let's see. How about this colour here? So this is the problem. So let's go edit photo first. And then I want to go for a background remover. And let's see how that turns out. I'm thinking maybe the back cover needs to be a bit of a stronger colour. Yeah, definitely a bit stronger. So let me just try. No, that's not working. So let's go into our colour chart. I do like this. Let's have a look and see. Kind of want it quite dark and moody. That's it. So that looks better. Let's just try with the adjust. Oh, there we go. Right, so this is looking. Try and, yeah, more dark, maybe more contrast. Highlights. Let's go more in for the shadows. Whites. Darken down the whites a bit. Maybe enhance the black slightly. A bit more vibrancy through the colour. That's looking really good now. Sharpness. No. Yeah, there we go. Actually softening it up has made it look a bit better. Clarity I'm going to keep the same. Yeah, there we go. So I think I'll leave it as that. So I think that's looking really good. Now I'm going to have a look at some of the text just here. I'm kind of imagining something along these lines, something a bit scripted, but bold at the same time. Maybe more like this wild here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap this one. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that because I'm not interested in that. And I'm going to call it Ultimate Vintage Tattoo Colouring Book. We might need to separate that out a bit, but we'll see. So let's just firstly reduce the size a bit. More like that. Let's see. Just playing around with it really, just to see if I can get it all right. I might try more of the outline instead. So I've got white, but with a black outline. Yeah, that's a bit better. But actually, the text needs to be a bit bigger. I've spelled tattoo wrong, so that's tattoo. So I think what I am going to do is just take that out. Now let's line spacing it to bring that up. So I can still get narrow on the line spacing. Like really much more vintage tattoo, and then I can up the size. Just also duplicate that. So that's just using this button, it's just here, duplicate. And then I'm going to bring that down here. To change this to colouring book. So let's have it looking. Leaving it just down a little bit. And I often do change the sizes, I like to do often. Because I think it's kind of important, like, to keep sort of adjusting and figuring out what's right. And I might add in maybe just another little bit of text, maybe something like this one. I'm going to delete that bit, and then change this to 4. The reason that I'm actually putting that is because then you can put that as your title. If you don't have it, you choose this, then I'm going to put it in a subtitle, and then this gives me a lot more sort of scope, I guess. But now I'm going to also add the outline on. So I'm going to VIDIQ. I think this is really good. I just had to add my cover template. Just change up the opacity again. So I can just get straight over the top. Just making sure that there is the centre, but actually I think I just want to shift that area maybe. That's it. That's it. And then I can line it up with this picture. And it becomes my first point. I'll figure out this and so as I take that, I'm really, really happy with that. So now I need to add a little bit for the black pages. So I'm going to just drag that up and then I'm going to add that to the uploads. I'm going to take the 3 my favourite images. So I'm going to something like this one's really good. And then I just want to add in just a little bit of text. So I might stick with this kind of font here. Oh, maybe this dazzle actually. So we'll go that to there. So now I'm going to put, how many were there? So 108 pages. I'm going to put over 50 designs. We're going to make that smaller. And then I'm going to add in maybe this one here. Delete that bit. But here, I'm going to put plus bonus design your own pages. So now make that smaller. Let's just bring that up. And then again, I'm going to stick with the black outline for each of these different texts. I just feel like it's making it stand out quite a bit more. So in fact, I'm going to bring that across, and then I might just be able to make that a little bit bigger. Oh, I need to double check where that. Actually, I'm going to take out the plus and just go bonus, design your own pages. And now using that, let's just have a look and see where everything is lying there. Yep, there we go. So that text actually isn't in the way. So that is good. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So now I'm going to take that out of the way. I'm going to delete that page. I'm just going to bring that in ever so slightly each side. So now if you imagine this at 100%, so if we go, okay, we won't go to 100%, we'll go just bigger. I personally think that looks really good, really crisp. I think that looks really professional, and yeah, I am super happy with that. So I'm now going to download this. Hit the download button there. I'm going to download it as the best for complex images. So we'll stick with that and then hit download. So that one there now is downloading. And then over here, my interior, I'm going to do exactly the same. So there we go, that's downloaded. So I'm already really happy with this. I've checked it all, super pleased. So hitting share, down to download, PNG, best for complex illustrations there. Keeping everything else the same, download. So now all I have to do is upload this book onto KDP. So if you would like to see how to upload these books over onto KDP, then just watch this video right here next. And it's going to take you through step by step. Can't wait to see you all next time. See you!